Charlie Kirk's assassination. Am I shocked? Yes. Am I surprised? No. Now, before I get into this, please don't forget to hit the like button, comment on this video, share this video, and if you still haven't, please subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell for updates. Okay, so with that out of the way, it's just, first of all, yes, I'm shocked. Of course, I was shocked. Am I surprised? No. For the left, this is business as usual. It's the ends justify the means. They need to just, from this point on, it's nonstop. I don't think this is going to end. Since the assassination attempt of Trump last year till now, I mean, the violence has just been getting more and more worse, and it's not going to stop. And for a political voice, activists like Charlie Kirk, who has connected with Gen Z, the youth, particularly males, and that demographic who voted in the last election got Trump to be reelected. That has a lot to do with Charlie Kirk. And he was still out there today at universities. And, you see the number of people who show up at his events. You see a sea of red caps. The left can't do that. You know what I mean? And what do they do? They just throw like $20 million on a stupid project, like speaking to American men, trying to figure out how to attract men into their party. And, they're so out of touch. And Charlie Kirk was one who made the connection. I mean, he started this turning point at 18 years old, and the brand has exploded, and the movement. And he, he's on South Park. I mean, this is a next level kind of influencer, love him or hate him. That's how popular he got, to the point where he's being made fun of on South Park, the same show they make fun of Tom Cruise or Bono of U.S.A. They're making fun of Charlie Kirk, the Charlie Kirk Award. And yes, and why is he on that show? Because he is somebody who represents, what is he famous for? Debate, freedom of speech. And so they're trying to, the satire was the great debaters, right? And that's the joke. And he loved it, because he could take a joke, unlike the left, right? And so with someone with that much influence, where to the point where it's broken through to culture, am I shocked? Yes. Am I surprised? No. Because they're thinking about the next election. Just like when Trump won in 2016, they were already thinking about, well, what are we gonna do? What could we what do we got to work here with? Well, we got mail-in ballots. We could throw out a pandemic. So nobody would be able to go to Biden's rallies. We'll have like 5 people in circles be at his rally, and we're still televise it. And just like they had all kinds of different ways to work on it while the first administration was there and throwing out hoaxes and this and that. And then this time it was like, it was off the chart. Putting him in court, trying to assassinate Trump and this and that. So now what they saw is that, okay, well, the young vote was a big part of Trump's victory. We got to take care and get the young vote back. We got to stop this guy. It just seems like obvious that he definitely has a lot of influence and connecting with the youth, and that's something that they lack. They can't make any connections with anybody, and so by any means necessary, they will do what they will have to do. The ends justify the means, and so Charlie Kirk is just somebody who died doing what he loved. He was um, it was so um, for me it's just, I was just how I am now. I'm just like um, angry, um, frustrated, um, sad, and you pretty much have to um, take his message and his example, but at the same time, we can't be, which I see a lot of people on the right. They're not being doormats anymore, because this, what he symbolizes as far as freedom of speech, the First Amendment, they don't care about that. There's no use in trying to speak and change the minds of some of these lunatics. Sure, some of them, especially now with this happening, this is a turning point, because people who are still on that side who still have like some critical thinking, um, could see this and go, "Oh, I'm on the wrong side of history. I can't be part of this." Because especially when you're seeing, legacy media, MSNBC, making Charlie Kirk out as the enemy, or trying to blame it on Trump as the governor. I forgot what the fat one, whoever that guy was, I forgot his name, but he was just pretty much saying that Trump's rhetoric or whatever. But where did this all start? This started off back when Obama came in office. He started the racializing everything, even though white people voted him in. You can't win an election unless white people voted you into the presidency. But then he's going to turn around and just start saying racism, 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 and all this other crap that people were tolerant about for a while. DEI, critical race theory, men and women's sports, all this stuff, transgenders in the military, and it's just gone to the point where the tolerance is done, especially with this, because a lot of these other influencers like Tim Pool has canceled all his engagements in speaking with at universities or having some sort of event. And yeah, you can't blame them, but it's just showing that that's what they wanted. They're kind of using him as the example, Charlie Kirk as the example, and so like many other influencers will follow suit and just say, okay, well, we don't want to go there, and uh, you know, and suffer the same way, the same fate, you know. But again, just like when Trump was shot at in Butler, it's all about fight, fight, fight. What's the next thing that we got to do here? Because there there is no stopping the crazy train on the left. They are relentless. They will keep going. You know, and you could just kind of tell where they are. Just there is no compassion for this guy's family or anything. It's just, you know, they're even Obama is like, oh well, prayers go out to the family and this and that. When they were just a couple of weeks ago, the left was talking about prayer is unnecessary and thoughts when these two kids were shot at in a church praying or at school. And the left was like, you know, Psaki and Jen Psaki was like, oh, prayers, what's the point, or whatever, you know. And now they're just kind of throwing that out there. It's just like, oh, we got to show that we have compassion. Yeah, prayers and thoughts and prayers, right? Yeah, just put that as my statement. We know they don't care, you know. It's politics. Damn, it's just, you know. But the thing is, no one cares. Everyone could see through it. Biden said the same thing. A statement from Joe Biden. Jill and I are praying for Charlie. No, you're not. That's what? That's an auto pen statement, or you know, you're just. It's ridiculous. And so, it is a sad day, you know, and sad day for America. You know, leave me your thoughts and what do you think it is the next? Where do we go from here? You know, and as far as the youth is concerned, I mean, who is someone that could connect with the youth like Charlie has? You know, sure, there's Nick Fuentes. He's not Maga. However, he has a strong connection with younger people, just as far as common sense people, to bring more people onto conservative. But I truly feel that, yes, this is a turning point. There's a line drawn in the sand. You know, I have a nephew who's been through the school system, the college system, and he's a communist. He proclaims himself as a communist. I do not care for him at all. You know, you could say, yes, he's a product of this ideology because of, you know, what he got in the school system, being indoctrinated. It doesn't matter though, because you it's that kind of mindset. Even, you know, if he's weak-minded to be indoctrinated and falling for all this crap, he's celebrating the fact that Charlie Kirk is dead. You know, that that's God honest truth. And he's an agent of evil, you know, because that what communism is. It's evil. And so, and I have no qualms of saying, hey, I don't care, blood or no blood. This is where we are, you know. And I'm sure some people out there have communist relatives, and you know, even though, because they're well-meaning idiots and they think they're on the right side of history, being Marxist communists from the universities. This is what they're, you know, indoctrinating them with, this kind of ideology. No, they're my enemy, blood or no blood. I don't care what happens to him. I really don't. And it's, they're an enemy to this country, which I love. And so, there's, I don't know. Leave me a comment below. What are your thoughts? And let's have some prayers for the family of Charlie, his two kids, 1-year-old son, 3-year-old daughter, and his wife. I was watching videos of the people are posting of him with his daughter and things like that, going like shopping, and just it's sad. This is, and to hear people celebrating that, this is just evil incorporated. That's all I could think of. It's just evil incorporated. And so we'll see what happens. We'll see what, you know, Cash and Pam Bondi come up with, who this alleged suspect will be. You know, I really don't have any high hopes for the FBI. They're not really, I don't know, dependable, or I don't know. I just see them as they're just kind of always just kind of going through the motions, especially when something big like this is happening. It's always, I don't know, but maybe it is too soon, but we'll see what they could do. I'm not, you know, holding my breath. And, you know, with that, I'll shut up and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.